So tell us a little bit about your practice and
Yeah, so I have run a medical practice in Fairfield, Connecticut. There are 5 practitioners, and actually, only even less than a year ago, I was working only part-time practicing, and I was working full-time as a healthcare administrator. So I've been part of the mastermind program for about a year and a half now, and I really credit my big kind of leap of faith and big change to just running a practice fully and purchasing a practice to being part of the mastermind program. So I'm really grateful. It really was the piece that really like nudged me and pushed me forward. And everything has been really smooth, and I've been enjoying everything so far. I've been doing really well in terms of the practice.
so tell us a little bit about your where you went to school
Mm-hmm.
and then what kind of professional
Mm-hmm.
involvement you've had.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been practicing for 10 years. I graduated from University of Bridgeport, the naturopathic program, the only one really on the East Coast. And my focus, I worked a lot actually initially in community health, and then also has had my private practice. And I also have my MBA in healthcare administration. So I ended up blending the two after I graduated, working a lot in that community health as well as maintaining a private practice. But my focus, clinical focus, though, has been more on autoimmune conditions, Lyme, allergies, and also pretty frequently see a lot of people with for anxiety and depression. So those have been kind of my areas of focus since I graduated 10 years ago, and it's just continuing to grow now with the practicing full time.
So what have been some highlights that have happened for you? What's opened up for you since you've stepped into
Mhm.
this for yourself?
Yeah, so in the first year that I was in the mastermind, I did definitely double my income from the year prior. I also got a lot of quick guidelines because quick guidance on like especially immediately, like setting up talks. I think I had, yeah, I did. In the first 2 months, I had talks that were all paying like over $1,000 just for either training sessions or speaking engage. And then every time I did one of those sessions, I'd have other patients from that in terms of training providers. So that was like an immediate thing. Or I was, you have a lot of good content on like building referral networks. And so I was able to meet and build relationships with some doctors in the area to be able to cross refer patients. So like I immediately saw that benefit in terms of like the referring, also the speaking and learning how to convert people. I never did that. Like I would always give educational sessions and presentations and people would say, oh, that was great. But it never kind of like amounted to anything. It'd just be like a really good presentation, but it never landed in people coming actually converting as patients. I think the first one I had within the first few months of being in the mastermind, it was actually with a group of like 80 providers. And like after that, like 9 to 10 providers actually scheduled to see me as a patient. And it was actually an educational workshop. It had nothing to do with like me selling a talk. It was actually training. And so that was a total, I think, eye opener for me because it was the way I talked about the cases and the successes that made them say, wait a second, I need help with that myself. Or wait, I have a patient that can relate to it. And so I didn't even do a hard sell. And that just, I feel like that was from this, all this, the sessions that you teach on engage, in terms of the speaker one sheets and really being targeted and specific.